So I did a video about George Lucas and AI and the Star Wars films, and somebody got very angry with me, which I should have seen coming because I was talking about Star Wars on the internet. But it's made me think a little bit about a couple of things. One of those things is how these original films that are really popular aren't the result of like one person's creative vision. The result of lots of people working together towards a goal. And part of working together towards that goal is saying no to things that don't work. Like the actors quite famously refused to read certain lines in the original script because they were bad. And you can imagine that was easy enough to do, not easy to do, but easy enough to do compared to what it would be like later when George Lucas was a dude who'd made one film and this was a science fiction film that nobody really thought was going to be very good. You can imagine saying, oh, this dialogue isn't very good, I'm not going to read it. Obviously, by the time the later films come round, everyone's scared to say no to him, and that's why we have, like, the dialogue in the prequels sounds like it was run back and forth through Google Translate 4 or 5 times, then printed out, then put in a blender, and then after it came out the blender, passed through a mesh strainer and like flattened out, and then somebody read the dialogue. It's terrible, and it's the result of people not being willing to say no. So, like, yes, it's good to respect people that do good creative things, and to like give them space and credit and time to give it share a creative vision. But like, it's also okay to say that they're not very good because they aren't very good. And like, part of the reason they're not very good is people were afraid to say during the process, this isn't very good and it could be made better. You can imagine if somebody had been willing to do that during the process, that you might have ended up with better films, and we wouldn't have all this wonderful discourse.